Despite a pandemic, a labor shortage, and choked-up supply chains, contractors around the world continue to work on projects with billion-dollar price tags. In 2021, President Biden put forward a $2 trillion plan to upgrade the nation's infrastructure and transform the economy. Along with it, a range of ambitious American megaprojects have gained approval. Join us today as we discover some of the biggest projects currently under construction in the U.S. Number 5. Gordie Howe International Bridge. The Gordie Howe International Bridge is a cable-stayed international bridge across the Detroit River, connecting the city of Detroit with Windsor, Ontario in Canada. When completed, the 2.5-kilometer crossing will be the longest cable-stayed bridge in North America, with its main span at 853 meters. The bridge will have two A-shaped towers, 6 lanes for automotive traffic, and a 12-feet-wide bicycle and walking path. This project is named after the Canadian ice hockey player Gordie Howe, whose celebrated career included 25 years with the Detroit Red Wings, and who died 2 years before construction of the bridge began. With traffic crossing the border expected to grow from 18,500 vehicles a day in 2016 to 26,500 by 2025, the Gordie Howe International Bridge will provide an orderly flow of people and goods between USA and Canada. The project also includes building new ports of entry that will connect to both the American and Canadian bridge terminals. The new Canadian port of entry will be built on a 130-acre site and will be the largest Canadian port on the US-Canadian border. The U.S. port of entry will be developed on a 167-acre site and will be one of the largest border facilities in North America. The bridge is being developed by the Windsor-Detroit Bridge Authority, and it is anticipated that of the $4.4 billion contract, $2.9 billion will be allocated for the bridge's design-build phase, including financing, and the remaining $1.5 billion for the operations, maintenance and rehabilitation. Number 4. Project Connect Texas. Project Connect is an ambitious plan to expand the transport links in Austin, Texas. As a part of the plan, Capital Metro, the authority running the megaproject, would add 2 light rail lines, 1 bus rapid transit line, and 1 commuter rail line to the already existing Red Line, which will also undergo major improvements. The proposal also calls for general investments such as a transit tunnel through the heart of the city, an all-electric fleet of buses and trains, and new park and ride facilities all across the service area. Capital Metro had purchased 12 electric buses by 2020 and plans to increase its fleet of electrified buses and trains to 400 by 2040. According to Capital Metro, the project will bring a number of firsts to Austin, including a light rail system that travels under the densest part of the city, improving the speed, on-time performance, reliability, and safety of the entire system. This megaproject was approved by voters in November 2020 during a local election held in Austin in tandem with the presidential election. According to reports, the project would cost $7.1 billion, and it will be paid for using public money from both the federal government and the local government by raising the local property tax rate by 8.75 cents. Project Connect was originally anticipated to cost over $10 billion, but was subsequently reduced to $7.1 billion because of financial concerns in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. Construction of the project began in February 2022, but the overall delivery timeframe is still unclear. Before we continue, if you would like to learn more about billion-dollar construction projects around the world, be sure to subscribe to this channel for more interesting videos. Number 3. The 30-meter telescope. The 30-meter telescope, or the TMT, is one of a new class of extremely large telescopes that will allow us to see deeper into space and observe cosmic objects with unprecedented sensitivity and detail. With its 30-meter diameter prime mirror, TMT will provide images more than 12 times sharper than those from the Hubble Space Telescope, and 4 times sharper than the new James Webb Space Telescope. TMT International Observatory, an international nonprofit partnership consisting of universities from Canada, China, Japan, India, and the US, plans to explore the beginning of the universe with this massive telescope. Once built, it will be comprised of a giant mirror made up of 492 segments of reflective glass, and will have a total collecting area of 655 square meters. The total diameter of the dome will be 66 meters, with the total dome height at 55 meters, which is the same as the height of an 18-story building. The total area of the structure is projected to be 1.4 acres, within a 5-acre complex. The $2.4 billion 30-meter telescope is being built in Hawaii, on Mauna Kea, a dormant volcano. Its construction has sparked protests across the state of Hawaii, since Mauna Kea is the most sacred mountain in Hawaiian culture. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, officials said construction of the TMT would be delayed. Although pieces of the TMT are in production, no specific schedule have been provided in regards to expected start and completion dates yet. Number 2. MSG Sphere Las Vegas. A massive music and entertainment arena is currently underway at the Venetian Resort in Las Vegas. The wildly ambitious sphere-shaped construction project began in 2019 and is expected to be completed in the second half of 2023. The venue is estimated to cost nearly $2 billion. When completed, the MSG Sphere is expected to become the largest spherical structure in the world, at 336 feet tall and 516 feet wide. It will serve as a radical new entertainment venue that can accommodate up to 20,000 standing spectators, or 17,500 seated guests, along with 23 VIP suites. The Sphere is expected to house a record 160,000 square foot wraparound LED display on the interior, while the exterior will be coated with a record 580,000 square foot exterior LED display, both of which are fully programmable and could accommodate high picture resolution, and it will be visible from several miles away. With it, MSG aims to transport guests to the location and experience displayed on the immersive screen. The Sphere will house a custom spatial audio system using as many as 164,000 speakers. Additional plans include 4D capabilities, from wind to sense, as well as connectivity for all guests. The interior will have 3 layers of cooling, including one beneath the seating. The construction of the Sphere would be focused on concrete, followed by steel erection and then the steel-domed roof, the most complex part of the project, as the dome's roof will require 13,000 tons of steel for its completion. MSG Entertainment has announced its plans to build several more spheres in locations around the world. Number 1. California High-Speed Rail. As the first high-speed rail project in the United States, the California High-Speed Rail Megaproject is underway. With speeds of up to 220 miles per hour, the 800-mile California high-speed rail track with 24 stations will connect Los Angeles to San Francisco with a journey time of just 2 hours and 40 minutes. The high-speed rail system will run entirely on renewable energy. This will help the state achieve its climate goals by reducing transportation emissions and being part of a sustainable transportation network. In fact, the rail system is expected to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 12.5 billion pounds a year, which is the equivalent of 1 million cars, and cut consumption of foreign oil by 12.7 million barrels. The megaproject was first proposed by Governor Jerry Brown in the 1980s, but it wasn't realized until 2012, when the Obama administration put the project on fast track. Back in 2008, Californian voters approved a $10 billion plan to start building a high-speed rail network across the state. The ambitious project was initially estimated to cost around $40 billion in total, but it has been plagued with many difficulties. Due to a series of protests and lawsuits, the construction of the first 119-mile section didn't start until 2015, almost 3 years behind schedule, And as the timeline of the megaproject has increased, so too has its budget. This means the final total could be as high as $105 billion by the time the project is actually completed at the end of the decade. What are your thoughts on these groundbreaking megaprojects currently underway in America? Leave a comment below and let us know. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.